Joining us for the last-minute check-in before the election today is Bill Scher of Campaign for America's Future, liberaloasis.com. Also, the Liberal Oasis radio show filmed here at the David Pakman Show studios. You can check that out on YouTube at youtube.com/liberaloasistv. Well, Bill, it's been a long campaign. We've talked about the polls. We've talked about the issues. We've talked about the lies and the voter suppression attempts. Where are we at right now? I mean, it's just, I don't even know what can be said at this point.
Well, I think what we've seen is after a hiccup in the middle of October where Mitt Romney blurred the ideological distinctions between the candidates, which allowed him to tighten up the race from where it was in September, where Obama was pulling away. I think Obama's been able to clarify and crystallize the choice in the race with the second and the third debates, with the final stumping. And then, of course, you have the ultimate test with Hurricane Sandy, putting in stark relief the difference between a president that takes government seriously and a president that doesn't. And so the whole narrative of Romney suggesting that Obama doesn't know how to lead, doesn't know how to run things, is in over his head. That's all undercut by the Hurricane Sandy response. I think you're seeing in some of the last polling, some movement Obama's way, and some polls pulling away from a dead heat race nationally, and the state-by-state polls had always been in Obama's corner. That never really changed throughout the month of October, so things looking pretty good for Obama today.
Assess what we've been talking about in studio for a couple of weeks now, which is what may be a Republican strategy to pretend like they're ahead. And this is basically the strategy of taking one or two outlier polls and basically blasting them as everything from Fox News alerts to Drudge Report splashes. Everything from Mitt Romney is now potentially tied or up in Pennsylvania, Michigan, right? Everything that goes completely against the average of all polling, but really fixating on that. Is this a strategy, the idea that if you make people think that you have a shot, that they're more likely to vote for you? What's the strategy there?
Well, you go to war with the army you have, to quote Donald Rumsfeld, and if all you have left is a couple outlier polls, that's what you use. If everyone thinks you're a sure loser, then that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They have to do that. They have to put out whatever information they can cobble together to show they do have a chance. I don't fault them for that. If they didn't have that, they'd be totally sunk. But in the most recent poll that I saw, when they asked, I think it was a CNN poll, who do you think is going to win? Obama's up there by 20 points. And that's one of the things that feeds my notion that it's not going to be that close on Election Day. I think there's going to be a certain bandwagon effect at the end of the day where some of those undecideds move to Obama. And that's not just a psychological thing. I want to be with the winner. I think it is. I want a president that has a mandate. I want a president with the public backing to act. I don't want another 2 years of constant gridlock. If they think Obama is going to be that person, they want to give that person, a real public oomph, so he can go into a second term with a real head of steam.
Well, I like that you brought that up, because yesterday we talked about the Brookings Institute study of polls, and it reveals that polls asking what is the prediction of what you think will happen rather than what is your intention, rather than who will you vote for, who do you think will win, they are significantly more accurate, and in this particular case show, if that holds true, that President Obama is much further ahead than the actual polls of intention give him credit for.
I mean, I wouldn't overinterpret it. I mean, I don't think that 20-point number means a 20-point victory.
No, certainly not.
Like but I do think it does speak to a general desire in the public to come together at the end if possible. If the coverage at the end was nothing but dead heat. We've had close races before. It's not like it's impossible to occur. But we did see with Bush-Kerry, for example, a lot of dead heat polling at the end. But there's still this perception that Bush was going to win, and he did get the extra bump at the very end, I think, because of that. So that's where I generally think the race is at. I don't think Romney ever was able to stoke enough antipathy towards Obama. People might have been frustrated at certain points, disappointed in certain areas. Obviously, no one, whether you're for Obama or not, wants everything to remain just as it is right now. But they never were able to make people really angry at Obama as far as those in the middle of the country are concerned. And that's why and they certainly weren't able to make anyone think that bringing back Bush-style policies from the last decade was the right way to go. I don't think Romney ever was able to really draw a break from himself and Bush, and wasn't able to engender a lot of anger towards Obama. At the end of the day, that's going to be his failing.
I want to get to your predictions, but real quick before getting to that, the effect of voter ID, voter suppression, possible election fraud, is that a factor here? Is it not close enough that it's going to matter? How do you assess that?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be significant. There's always ticky-tack voter suppression in every election. That's the phony flyers, the wrong polling locations, and the nefarious phone calling. All that stuff always happens. The voter ID laws was a new tack, but most of those have been blocked or overturned. So and so most of the swing states, that's not going to be a major issue. The last thing you're seeing that's really low is what's going on in Florida with the early voting. And hey, that might dampen things in Florida. I can't fully predict. But for the most part, you're not seeing anything that systemic happening on a state-by-state basis in the states that matter.
All right, Bill Scher, let's hear your prediction for tonight.
Well, I'm always an optimist. Again, to take my logic to its farthest extent, I think Obama gets 52% of the vote and 347 electoral votes, which essentially means sweeping all the swing states. That I would totally concede that that's a high watermark. If you were going to be a safer betting person, I would say 303 electoral votes and maybe more like 50% popular vote. That would mean Romney winning Florida and North Carolina, but losing the rest. But I like to go big, so I'm at 347.
All right, and will we know the results before or after midnight Eastern time?
Well, if I'm correct, then it's 347. Then you'll know before midnight. If it's more like a 50% popular vote, and that means a lot of those swing states are closer votes too, that's probably going to go into the wee hours.
All right, Bill Scher, Campaign for America's Future, liberaloasis.com, and the Liberal Oasis radio show on YouTube now, filmed at David Pakman Show Studios, youtube.com/liberaloasistv. It's all happening, Bill Scher. We'll see you tonight, and we'll hope for the best. I think we've said it all at this point.
Hey, take care.
All right, thanks. Stay tuned. We'll be